You know what's funny? Nobody ever tells you that being nice can ruin your life. Since you were a kid, you were trained. Be nice, share, smile. Don't make a scene, don't talk back, be the bigger person. You learned that if you were quiet, helpful, polite, agreeable, adults would like you, teachers would praise you, people would say, "What a good kid." So you grew up and you kept the costume. You became the nice one. The one who understands, the one who forgives, the one who doesn't argue, the one who swallows their feelings, so nobody else has to feel uncomfortable. But here's the dark truth. The nicer you became, the less seen you felt. People used you, people walked over you, people forgot you existed until they needed something from you. And the more nice you were, the more invisible you became. Today, we're going to talk about that. The dark truth about being nice. Not the Instagram version. Not the just be kind and the right people will come version. The psychological reality of what happens when your whole identity is built on being good for everyone, but yourself. Stay. You might finally understand why your life feels the way it does. Welcome to Emotional Psychology Coded. Attraction, attachment, emotional power decoded. If you've ever wondered why your niceness doesn't get you love, respect, or loyalty, this is for you. Let's start with something simple. You're not actually nice. You're trained. There's a difference between being genuinely kind and being compulsively nice. Real kindness is a choice. It has teeth, it has boundaries, it can say no. Compulsive niceness is a survival strategy. You don't ask, what do I really think? How do I really feel? What do I actually want? You ask, what will keep the peace? What will make them like me? What will stop them from leaving? Your nervous system learned. If I'm good, I'm safe. If I'm pleasing, I'm loved. If I'm quiet, I'm not a problem. So you killed off parts of yourself to stay acceptable. You call that being nice. Psychologically, it's self-erasure. And here's the first dark truth. Most people don't trust nice people. They use you, they enjoy you, they're relieved you're not a problem. But deep down, they don't trust you. Why? Because no one is that nice, without a cost. You smile when you're hurt, you say it's fine. When it's not, you say don't worry about it, when you're dying inside. You think you're being loving. What you're actually being is dishonest. You're not honest with them. You're not honest with yourself. People can feel that. On some level, they know. You don't say what you really mean. You don't show what you really feel. You don't reveal who you really are. You're always slightly edited, polished, softened, safe. A mask. We don't deeply trust masks. We like them. We use them when they benefit us. But we don't feel safe handing our soul to someone we can't fully read. You think being too honest will push people away. The truth is, your constant niceness is what keeps intimacy away. Because intimacy requires truth. And your version of nice is built on hiding it. Dark truth number 2. Nice on the outside usually means dark on the inside. You don't stop feeling just because you stop expressing. You still hurt, you still get angry, you still feel resentment. You just don't show it. So where does it go? Nowhere. It sits, it rots, it builds. Every time you say yes when you mean no, a little resentment grows. Every time you let someone disrespect you and you smile it off, a little self-hatred grows. Every time you comfort someone who hurt you because you don't want them to feel bad, a little rage grows. You don't express it, so it leaks. Passive-aggressive comments, silent treatment, secret fantasies of being found and finally appreciated, explosive outbursts that come out of nowhere. One day, the nicest person in the room becomes the coldest, meanest, most distant. Everyone says, "I never saw that coming. They were always so nice." No, they were always so repressed. Being nice doesn't erase the darkness, it buries it. It turns you into a pressure cooker. And when it finally blows, you end up looking like the crazy one, while the people who used you look confused. The dark truth. You helped build that. By refusing to say, "That hurts, I don't like this, stop." Dark truth number 3. Nicer people are easier to exploit. Predators don't hunt the strong, they hunt the compliant. If you're scared to say no, you're a target. If you hate confrontation, you're a target. If you'd rather hurt yourself than disappoint someone else, you are the easiest person in the room to manipulate. This is why narcissists, users, emotional vampires are often surrounded by nice people. Because you explain away bad behavior, you forgive faster than they can even fake change. You take responsibility for everything. You feel guilty for having needs. You take on the role of the caretaker, the fixer, the healer. You pride yourself on understanding everyone. But the people you attract, they pride themselves on understanding you, too. They know you won't leave, you won't set a boundary, you won't expose them. So every time they cross a line, you move the line. You think you're being compassionate. They see it as permission. Being nice isn't neutral. It sends a signal, I will not protect myself. And there are people in this world who hear that like music. Dark truth number 4. You trade respect for approval and lose both. You don't want to be feared. You don't want to be disliked. You want to be the good one. So you avoid conflict. You swallow your opinions. You apologize just to restore peace. Inside, you're hopping. If I'm nice enough, patient enough, loving enough, they'll finally see me. They'll finally choose me. They'll finally be careful with me. That's the secret contract under all your niceness. I will not make you uncomfortable if you promise not to leave me. But here's the problem. They never signed that contract. From your side, you sacrificed your voice. From their side, nothing was agreed to. So you end up here. They don't respect you because you don't respect yourself. And they don't truly approve of you because they don't even know you. They approve of the version of you that never says no, never gets mad, never has needs. A ghost. You gave up your edges to be loved. You lost the love and the edges. That's the cost of chasing approval. You become whatever people want, and then wonder why nobody actually chooses you. Dark truth number 5. Nobody falls in love with nice. They fall in love with real. Nice is easy. Nice is safe. Nice is forgettable. You can be nice to the barista, to your coworker, to strangers on the train. Niceness is generic. It costs you nothing. It costs them nothing. Attraction doesn't come from generic. It comes from your opinions, your standard, your weirdness, your honesty, your boundaries, your depth. The parts of you that someone might not like, the parts of you that might start an argument, the parts that are too much for people who want a doormat, not a partner. When your whole personality is I'm nice, you erase the very things that make you magnetic. So you end up in this pattern. People like you, they enjoy your company, they vent to you, they use you as an emotional support system. But they don't crave you, they don't choose you, they don't commit to you. Then they leave you for someone more difficult, more opinionated, more selfish. And you sit there thinking, why them? I was nicer. Because nicer was never the point. They felt more alive with someone who was real than they ever did with someone who was perfectly nice and emotionally absent from themselves. You thought being low maintenance would make you irresistible. What it made you was replaceable. Dark truth number 6. Nice is often just fear, wearing a clean outfit. Take away the mask and look underneath. What's actually driving your niceness? Is it love or is it fear? fear of conflict, fear of abandonment, fear of being seen as selfish, fear of becoming the bad guy. You're not being nice because your heart is overflowing. You're being nice because your nervous system is terrified. If someone is upset with you, you feel sick. If someone doesn't respond, you over-apologize. If someone pulls away, you chase them with even more niceness. It's not generosity. It's anxiety. And anxiety is not love. Love can say, "No, that's not okay. I actually disagree. I'm not comfortable with that. If this continues, I'm leaving." Fear can only say, "Whatever you want is fine. I just want you to be happy. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about me." You call that being a good person. But if your goodness requires you to constantly abandon yourself, it's not goodness. It's self-erasure, disguised as virtue. So where do you go from here? Do you become cruel? Do you flip the script and decide to be the villain now? No. The answer is not to swing from one extreme to the other. The answer is to retire from being nice and start being honest. You stop using niceness as a shield. You stop using it as a bargaining chip for love. You stop using it to avoid your fear of conflict. You start by telling the truth. "I'm not actually okay with that. I felt hurt when you did that. I don't want to go. I'm tired. I need help. I can't talk right now. I don't agree." At first, your whole body will shake. Because your nervous system is conditioned to believe, if I stop being nice, I'll be rejected. Sometimes that will be true. There are people in your life right now who only benefit from you being endlessly nice. When you grow a spine, they will leave. Let them. They were there for the mask, not for you. You'll lose people. You'll feel lonely. You'll think, "I was better off being nice." You weren't. You were just more surrounded. There's a difference between being surrounded and being seen. Don't confuse the two. Over time, something else happens. The people who remain and the people who enter respond differently. They respect you. They adjust when you express a limit. They don't love you because you're easy. They love you because you're real. You'll notice something else. Your anger softens. Your resentment thins out. Your darkness stops leaking sideways. Because you finally gave it a voice. You stop exploding because you start expressing. You stop fantasizing about being rescued because you start rescuing yourself. Nice people wait to be chosen. Real people choose themselves. This is emotional psychology coded. Attraction, attachment, emotional power decoded. If you heard yourself in this, don't just nod and move on. Go back, listen again. And then do one small thing differently this week. Say no once, where you would have automatically said yes. Tell one uncomfortable truth, where you would have stayed silent. Let one person be disappointed in you, without rushing to fix it. That's how you kill the old, nice version of you, the one who was always soft on the outside and dying on the inside. Not by becoming cruel, but by becoming whole. You don't owe the world nice. You owe yourself real. I'll talk to you in the next one.